Liora, Aethermuse, Vaelis. The wind chimes sang a melody only I, Liora Vaelis, could truly decipher. From the highest spire of the skybound monastery of Arelin, the currents whispered futures, probabilities, comfort. For decades I've lived amongst the clouds, the Aethermuse, reading the shimmering threads of what could be. My days are filled with quiet contemplation, offering guidance to pilgrims who seek a glimpse beyond the veil. The scent of star petal incense and aged parchment fills my lungs. Here, amongst the swirling mists and ancient stones, I am at peace. This is my sanctuary, my world, and usually enough. But lately the threads feel muted, dimmed. It's not that I can't see the futures, it's that the most vibrant, the most interesting futures are further away, obscured. I yearn for a clarity I haven't felt in years, a glimpse of a future that truly matters. The pilgrim's questions feel small. I want to witness a turning point, a world-altering event, something beyond the predictable ebb and flow of mortal lives. I crave a future worthy of the name, a future that sings with power, not whispers with resignation. I want to feel the ether again, not just observe it. Old Man Tiber, a scavenger who trades in forgotten relics, offered me a way. He spoke of a resonant stone, unearthed from the ruins of a fallen skybound monastery, said to amplify etheric sensitivity. It wasn't a place of peace and contemplation like Arelin, it was the Shattered Reach, a cluster of broken spires perpetually shrouded in storm, a place avoided by even the most daring scavengers. The storm itself disrupts the ether, making scrying almost impossible. But the resonant stone, Tiber claimed it could cut through the interference, allowing me to see further, clearer than ever before. I packed my satchel, ignoring the protests of the monastery elders. Arelin felt stifling. The Shattered Reach called to me. The Shattered Reach was everything the elders warned me about, and worse. The wind screamed, carrying shards of ice and dust. The spires, once proud monuments to etheric mastery, were now jagged teeth against a bruised sky. The ether here was chaotic, fractured. It felt like trying to read a book in a hurricane, but Tiber was right about the stone. It pulsed with a cold energy, radiating a strange, focused calm. Focusing through it, it wasn't easy. I had to anchor myself, to filter the noise, to become the calm at the center of the storm. Slowly, painstakingly, I began to pierce the veil. The clarity was breathtaking. I saw futures bloom and wither, possibilities cascade before my eyes. And then I saw it, a future of unimaginable power, a convergence of etheric energies, a cosmic alignment that would grant whoever witnessed it dominion, not over kingdoms but over the fabric of reality itself. It was a glorious vision, a future I could reach out and grasp. I focused all my energy, all my will on anchoring myself to that future, on pulling it into being, and I succeeded. I felt a surge of power unlike anything I'd ever known. I had seen the ultimate future, and I had claimed it as my own. I returned to Arelin, triumphant, believing I had ascended beyond the limitations of mortality. The power, it wasn't free, it came at a cost. The ether, once a gentle current, now felt like shards of glass in my veins. The clarity I'd sought was replaced by a constant, deafening roar of possibilities, a cacophony of futures tearing at my sanity. I could see too much. Every choice, every consequence, every potential suffering unfolded before me endlessly. I became paralyzed by the weight of infinite knowledge, unable to act, unable to find peace. And worse, the act of claiming that future, it fractured the etheric balance. The skybound monasteries began to fall, one by one, their protective wards weakening, their power waning. My triumph was their ruin. I returned to Arelin, not as a triumphant seer, but as a broken one. The monastery, once a beacon of hope, was crumbling, its spires scarred and weakened. The elders, their faces etched with sorrow, barely acknowledged my return. I retreated to my chamber, the wind chimes now sounding like mournful dirges. I tried to scry, to find a way to repair the damage I'd caused, but the ether was clouded, fractured, and my own mind was reeling. The sanctuary I'd known was gone, replaced by a chilling emptiness. I still scry, but no longer for power or glory. Now, I seek only to understand the consequences of my actions, to guide what little remains of the skybound monasteries towards a more sustainable future. The clarity I once craved is gone, replaced by a painful awareness of the fragility of existence. I am no longer the Aethermuse, but a witness to its unraveling, forever bound to the consequences of my ambition. The wind chimes still sing, but their melody now carries a note of profound sorrow, a constant reminder of the price of seeing too much.